What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? Happy June 4th to all of you. It is 5:30 p.m. in New York City, 2:30 p.m. in Las Vegas, Nevada. You are watching Betting with the Bag, and we have a big baseball card here. We had a packed morning show, an absolutely packed morning show, and I loved every second of it. I loved hearing what Parlay Poppy was on. Then we moved on to Aunt L. Then we had DJ Big Boss coming to us live and in person, and it was so funny. And then we had Drew Martin bets. We had a great group, and only one play, two of them were on, and it's a funny spot, both those guys back in the Reds, that being Aunt L and Drew Martin, because something's just screaming at me to take the Cardinals off of 4 straight wins, but I certainly don't want to go up against them, and I'm not going to. But I'm excited to break down this card. Very excited to break down this card. And I do want to mention that the Belmont is on Saturday, the Belmont Stakes, the third jewel of the Triple Crown. And we still have the Bovada promo. Hit the link at the bottom of the screen to enjoy the Bovada promo. Remember, it's for new accounts only. And the Beat the Bag is back in action. Beat the Bag. 5 people. I had a big comeback. 5 people beat me in Pimlico at the Preakness. Just 5 of the 88 people beat me, which felt very good after getting slaughtered in the Kentucky Derby day. So I'm excited about Belmont. We have some big races, great horses. And my Belmont video will be out tomorrow around 4 or 5 o'clock. That is the link if you want to play in Beat the Bag. And I'm very excited. I'm very excited about it. And shout out to all the cappers in the chat. Okay, I got to bring up the energy a bit because we have a big card. We have Ski Profit joining us at 6:18. Those of you who have been following NBA and this line very closely, Kevin Durant officially ruled out. And now that 6 is long gone. And I should have taken it yesterday. And I got talked off of it. The 5.5s I could have got 2 hours ago. They're gone. And they're now 5s. And to me, that's just saying take the money line. And I'm going to make a decision tonight because I think that line's going to keep moving. Clay, questionable. I expect Clay to play. Kevon Looney, done for the rest of the series. They're asking for a lot from a Boogie Cousins who does not look like he's in shape. Very interesting stuff. Shout out to the cappers in chat. We got Vinny Cornell, sausage selection, 4-2. Today we go with the Red Sox. Take a big bite, says Vinny Cornell. We got Jorge Don't Play. I retweeted the Jorge Don't Play's record of the last month on Twitter. The man is eating. Shout out to Jorge Don't Play. We got Parlay Poppy drinking Coors Light somewhere in Los Angeles. And I wish I was sitting right beside him with a beer in my hand as well. We got Brian Watson in the house saying, hey, Jimmy, Bruins are in injury trouble. They're in more than just injury in trouble. They're in big trouble. And I would be concerned if I was holding a big futures ticket with the Bruins that I was hoping would cash or expecting to cash, because the expectation should be gone. Whether or not Chara plays, I mean, the stats that are coming in are saying that St. Louis is controlling the play now in the series. And Chara is a big loss. We'll break that down more and more as the week goes on. But yeah, I'd be very concerned if I was holding a big Bruins ticket. And I'm shocked that I'm saying that. I'm very surprised that I'm saying that. Shout out to Alonzo Shivers. Haven't seen him in too long. We got Ron Lofton, Ricardo Gutierrez, Marshall Hoffman, Deer Slayer Ski, Daryl Lyles in the house. We have Big Ragu. Parlay Poppy says, favorite play, White Sox bootleg line, total under 5.5 plus 130. Was voided. Too bad. But Ferenz Fire. Oh, Big Ragu. Yes. Ferenz Fire. Could be the best miler in the game. Quite possibly. Yes, I love that look, Big Ragu. Big Ragu, we'll have a Belmont video from our guy, Big Ragu. We have CT Bays, Mickey Cohen, Viper NB. We got D Nice. Percent chance KD plays in the series, over under 50%. I think KD plays in the series. I've always thought he was going to. And the fact that they split game 2 or split the series in Toronto, if I was coaching, I wouldn't play him in game 3. Wait till you're down 2-1. Now, Our guy here, Zach, had very, very interesting idea on what's the most value bet on the entire board in this series, and that is Kevin Durant, NBA Finals MVP at plus 1,600. Now, that would only work out if Toronto wins Game 3, KD comes back in Game 4 to save the day. Even then, we've never seen in any of the main professional sports a player play half of a series and be crowned MVP, but it was a very interesting look. Alex Ramirez, play of the day, Rangers money line, that's 29-16. Still 5.5 at Bovada. I saw that, but at this point, I feel like it's just money line or nothing. What I should have done is taken the spread at 6 and now taken the money line and doubled up. But now, the way I see it, it's money line or nothing. Money line or nothing. We got King of About Business. We got Russell Gordy in the house. Coco Bongo says he's half gun at the beach drinking old fashions. That's my guy, man. Coco Bongo living a good life. We got Ulysses Hayes ready to go. John Ronyo. Big Ragu. A's. I'm on the A's as well. We got Mr. Fat Fist. Mr. Fat Fist. What a great group. Repulate Gaming. We got John Ronyo. Russell Gordy says Warriors series over. Talk MLB. Well, the market is certainly moving in the Raptors' direction. Okay, so let's get to work right now. And that's what I was waiting to see, Twatty. At what point do the Pirates have a ton of value? And there, at -1 at plus 280. That's absolutely beautiful. Tormino says, if Toronto wins Game 3, I think Toronto could still be MVP. If Toronto wins Game 3, I think Durant could still be MVP. Curry didn't shoot well in Game 2. Kawhi won the MVP without playing well in several games. I hear that. And there's Isan Solfagari ready to get to business. All right. Let's get to work. This is a tricky card. And some of the plays I wanted to make, other people are way against. Corey Kelly says Red Sox -1.5. That was a game I didn't even think would go, but now it looks like it's going to go. Okay, let's get to work, and let's use a brisk pace here. So we're going to talk lineups, market, and then breakdowns. And we got to keep moving because we're going to be joined in 38 minutes by Ski Profit. And we got 15 games to get through. Let's get to work, starting with White Sox Nationals. I'm here at sportsbookreview.com at the SBR odds page. And let's go. And John Broner says, boys, Warriors ain't winning this game. I can't wait to hear what Ski Profit has to say about this. But, I mean, okay, let's focus on baseball. Well, basketball at the end of the day. Okay, let's get to work here on this Nationals game. And that is where we shall start. Here we go. Total opens at over 8.5 at -125. It is now at -110, a 15-cent move towards the under. Strasburg and the Nats opening at -225. It's now at -245. So I believe that's had some U-shaped movement in it. And it has. At 12 o'clock p.m., it was at -263. Again here, I feel like the White Sox have a ton of value. And Corey Kelly saying sunny here in KC at the moment. Yeah, I had the weather wrong on that. Jim Rome says, let's get to work and use a brisk pace. Name of Jimmy's new sex tape. I like that, Jim Rome says. I like that a lot. Ricardo Gutierrez saying UFC play Jojo Calderwood. We're going to talk a little bit about that coming up in later days of this week, but I like the early look. Ricardo, shout out. Lance LaRose in the house. Okay, White Sox Nationals. Let's take a look at the lineups. I'm telling you, I would not touch the Nationals at this price. And I expect Strasburg to have a great start. So what? How can you possibly take them at this price? Let's take a look at the lineups. Turner, Eaton, Rendon, Soto, Adams, Dozier, Robles, Gomes. For the White Sox, Garcia, Moncada, Abreu, McCann, Anderson, Jimenez, Tilson, Sanchez. The White Sox have so much value. Ayushia DeRosa saying lock in Indians money line. Everyone's on the Twins and Indian line moving. I agree with you. I just simply agree with you. And let's get to that game in a little bit. Mickey Cohen saying, everyone should be careful taking Toronto Game 3. Toronto can still struggle on their first finals road game. I'm looking for the win straight up in Game 4. I hear that. Elliot V says, I like White Sox today. I get it. I absolutely get it. And just like Twatty jumping on the Pirates, at what point do the White Sox have value? Now, Ronaldo Lopez is tough to trust. Elliot V saying, my dog of the day. Josh Minnie says, Nats lied after Lopez goes through the order. He gets hit hard later on. Russell Gordy saying, a lot of dogs tonight, Jensen. Here's one that's just screaming at me. But I just don't really have the balls to take it. I just don't have the balls to back the Chicago White Sox here. So, Tomino says I'd lean under. Neither team has seen these pitchers. I think that's a good look, but Lopez scares me in that regard. Lopez scares me, the Nats bullpen scares me. All that said and done, if you look at these lineups, who's got the better offensive lineup? You could argue both sides. Joe Anisi said, I'm still confident in the Twins for sure. We'll get into that game. I'm just going to have to leave this game alone. And it sucks that I have to do that. But I don't have the balls to take the White Sox, and I'm not going to. I'm not going to, sadly. All right, let's move on to Braves Pirates. We had Twadi, who's our Pittsburgh Pirate expert, tell us about Steven Brault, two-time minor league pitcher of the year. He looked great. He looked great in his last start against the Reds. Here he is at home. He's been thrust into a very important role with all the injuries to this Pirates rotation. And he stepped up and he sang all the right things in interview, and I think it's his time. Now, there's been a huge move on the Braves, even bigger than what's happening this morning, because Bell is out of the lineup for these Pirates. Let's take a quick look at who they have in the lineup. For the Pirates, Newman, Reynolds, Marte, Cabrera, Diaz, Osuna, Tucker, Frazier. For the Braves, Acuna, Swanson, Freeman, Donaldson, Markakis, Riley, Albies, Flowers. Let's take a look at what the market's done. Because I tell you, I mean, if you were sitting here taking the Pirates and taking the White Sox, taking these dogs that are sitting there screaming at us, if one hits, you're in business. And I just feel like they're very possible here. They're very possible. So the total opened at 9. It's still at 9. There was never a 9.5 on the board. Was there ever a 9.5 on the totals? Yeah, there was. It was available for 25 minutes. 25. Oh, and no, it was available all afternoon too. It was available for an hour and 40 minutes, and now 25 minutes. The under's at plus 106. It's a plus under. I feel like the under is in play. Dave Smith coming in with Kawoom, KBO baseball. Love that. Thank you for sharing that, Dave. Absolutely love that. Let's keep rolling. That's not true, right? Dave Smith, that's fake news. Tell me that's fake news, Dave Smith. Please tell me that's fake news. Greatest ever saying fade Indians. It's hard for me to do that. I'm with Chris Postal. I feel like this is their spot. Parlay Poppy says Atlanta declining on hitting large. If Fried is going to pitch well here, which is possible, they've never seen him, and the Braves' numbers against lefties dropping, and Big Ragoo says Atlanta look at overs. Easton says, Jimmy, I like the under in the Pirates game. I think both pitchers can hold it down. We need 10 runs to lose. I don't see 10 runs. But Big Ragoo's on the over. 76 Fahrenheit, 6 miles per hour sideways, but out to left center. Todd Clinton says, man, Jimmy, I'm so glad the Golden State won the other night to steal a game on the road. Now I get a chance to steal a taco at the Bell. I like it, Todd. I like it, man. I like it. Ron Walsick says, why not take Pitt? First inning, no score. I get that. I understand why people make those moves. It almost feels like it's a spot for a double up when you're already on the under. I would just rather have 5 innings if I think I have an advantage. I'd rather take the volatility of a first inning away. Jorge, don't play really liking the Tanaka over 5.5 Ks. I get it. Ayushi DeRosa saying Reds money line, lock it in. Jorge, don't play liking Atlanta minus 1.5 here. Tomino says both bullpens are struggling. Pittsburgh middle relief is bad. So then why don't we move over to the first 5? Let's take a look at the first 5 here. Total in Atlanta, Pittsburgh, and it's 5, and it's juiced to the over. Over 5. So under 5 is plus 100 at BetOnline. Plus 102 at Pinnacle. Let's see how the movement's gone on that, because I want to pull the trigger here. I feel like there's some. I feel like Brault has something to show us. This Pittsburgh offense is much weaker without Bell in the lineup, and I'm going to get a plus line here. It was 5.5. Man, I should have grabbed it at 5.5. Just humming and hawing all day and working on the Belmont. It's costing me. Parlay Poppy says laying off Atlanta. Tormino says I lean over. I don't see either pitcher going deep. Neither bullpen is good. John Ronyo is on St. Louis tonight. Cards are a different animal at home. I get that. Yanks guy in the house. Okay, I am going to make this move here. I am going to take this first 5 under 5 at plus 102. Braves, Pirates. First 5 under 5 at plus 102. All right. John Rono saying, Jimmy, don't do that. Atlanta minus 1.5 is a lock. I don't want to take a minus. I have a belief in Steven Brault right now. I have a belief in him. And we'll see if that blows up in my face. I just feel like this is a nice edge for me here. I wish I had got 5.5. I did not, but now I have a plus line. All right, let's keep moving on. And let's kind of go quickly over the games I'm already on so that we can spend more time on the games that I'm not on. Here we go, Yanks, Blue Jays. I'm on Yanks first half, first 5 -0.5, and full game -1.5. Let's take a quick look. Oh, we got Trenton Claxton coming in with WNBA Minnesota +2. Trenton Claxton, great all-round capper, but also eats with WNBA. Thank you for sharing that, my guy Trenton. Let me just grab that here. Okay, book it. Trenton Claxton, copy and paste. Trenton Claxton on Minnesota +2. We'll see if Ski's got any action there. And Russell Gordy saying Pirates game going over Jimmy. I don't like seeing that. And Jorge Don't Play says you got to ask yourself, oh, do you want to pitch to the Cubs right now? I get that. And John Ronan saying Stephen Brault can sing. I liked hearing that. Okay, let's stay focused here. Sorry. Let's stay focused here. And we're on the Yankees game. Let's look at what's going on here. And if I could have got a better spot here if I had waited. But I'm expecting a line move towards the Yankees. First 5 -0.5. The best you can get is -140. It's mostly -145, so I beat that by 5 cents. And let's see, full game with these Yankees on the -1.5. It's now -130 at most books, but you can get a -125. And what did I get? I got a, God, excuse me. I got a -110. Oh, that's a great move. Okay, destroyed that line move. That's what I like to see. So let's see what the money line and totals have moved in this Yankees game. Here we go. It started at 9.5. It's now a 9. Yankees open at -188. And there's been, money coming back on Toronto. So now it's just at 7 cents towards the Yankees. Elliot V saying Tanaka owns Toronto. What's Ashraf saying? Ashraf saying, sorry, I missed that first one that he's correcting. Ashraf saying, sorry to regress. Oh, Pirates money line. There is action. I mean, there's some dogs that I find appealing at that number. I mean, you're getting a ton of value with the Pirates. Do you want to take him here? That's up to you. Russell Gordy saying Yanks over. Let's take a quick look at the lineups here for Yanks, Jays. And the Jays are just a bad baseball team. We should make money fading. For the Jays, you got Sogard, Guerrero Jr., Smoke, Tellis, Grychuk, Biggio, Gurriel, Galvis, and Jansen. For the Yankees, LeMahieu, Voit, Sanchez, Hicks, Torres, Frazier, Urshela, Maben, Gardner. Look, it's a weak Yankees lineup, but they're winning with it. They're winning with, and we have Sanchez in the 3-hole, Voit in the 2-hole. LeMahieu's hitting hard. You got Kleber in the 5-hole. It's fine. What am I saying? It's a lineup that's grinding away. Grinding away. Ashrab, wonderful having you. Thank you for joining us. Sweet. We got a great group here. Bigger Goose saying pit games are leaning MLB overs right now. Parlay Poppy saying Tanaka downfall is a home run ball at 1.3 through in 9 this season and 1.4 last year. But Toronto's by far the worst hitting team in the league and home run hitting with 69 homers, enough to be 23rd on home runs hit. I think that's great work from Poppy. Okay, let's keep rolling. So I'm on Yankees first 5 and full game over. Now we come to the Twins Indians and the whole world on the Twins. And I know a few cappers, Dave LA included on the Indians, Chris Postal on the Indians, and I just feel like this is a spot for the Indians and Bieber to bounce back here. Let's take a look at what the lineups have here with this Minnesota-Cleveland spot. For Minnesota, you got Kepler, Polanco, Cruz, Rosario, Garver, Gonzalez, Sano, Scope, Buxton. Do you really feel like Cruz and Garver are going to be hitting at the level that they were just hitting? And that's the question that has to be answered by cappers, because I feel like they might need a little bit of time to get warmed up. For the Indians, Lindor, Mercado, Santana, Luplo, Ramirez, Kipnis, Perez, Bowers, and Martin. This is tough, and I guess I'll just stay off of it. We got Liberty Finder in the house. Astute Chaos on White Sox, Washington over 9 at +108, and Atlanta, Pittsburgh over 9 at -101. That makes me uncomfortable. Okay, everybody on the Twins. Jorge Don't Play says Indians are on the no bet list. I guess there's no reason for me to add a whole bunch of plays. Parlay Poppy says fade Smeltzer, please. Would buy more on Twins again if line moves to Indians. Fade Smeltzer, please. Wow. John Ronio saying I can see this game going over. That's the safest bet. Let's take one last quick look at how these guys, how they handle this lineup quickly, how they hit Bieber. I have a vague recollection of what was on the early. I know we talked about it, and I know we can't spend too much time on this spot, and I apologize for sitting on it here, but I just need to look at it once more. Oh, there's too many games, and I'm taking too much time. But here we go. Cleveland batters against Bieber. Nice batting average of 295 and no slugging at all. They have one double. Out of 13 hits, one double, 0 triples, 0 homers. Just singles. They're just hitting singles off this guy. 13 strikeouts to 2 walks. You know, Parlay Poppy saying Bieber last year he went 16 innings in 3 games, giving up 8 earned runs despite winning 2 of those, but we can say this Indians lineup has thoroughly declined this year compared to last year. CT Bays on the Twins. John Roner saying take the over. Chris Postal says the whole world on the pitcher who's unproven. Jorge Don't Play saying Smeltzer ain't bad. Liberty Finders is already on the Indians money line. I just feel like that's the play. John Roner saying Twins bullpen are suspects. I just feel, I get it. I get it, Russell Gordy. Using this whole year, statistically, the Twins are a much better team. 21-9 on the road, 40-18 overall, smashing righties. I just feel like this is a spot where the Indians step up. I just feel like it's a spot where the Indians step up, and I've been saying it all day, and I'm going to have to back it. I'm going to have to back it here. And it's minus 129 at Heritage. Let's see what the -1 is with the Indians here. Let's see what the -1 is. Here we go. -1 with the Indians. It's a plus 150, a plus 155. Oh. Ayushia says Twins can't keep winning like this. CT Bay says on the Twins bats. Everybody, Ulysses Hayes also on Minnesota. And Russell Gordy says we on the bats, Jimmy, not the pitching. And John Roney says Twins will score no matter what. John Garcia saying Shane's velocity is down. Okay. All right. I'll stay off. Tomarino says usually when a pitcher faces a team that hammered him in a short time later, he bounces back. I just believe in Bieber. Okay. I've got to do it, you guys. I've got to do it. I'm going to take the Indians on the -1 line. Might be a close game, though. Cleveland or pass, says Don Ricci. Parlay Poppy says Twins and team total under first 5 Indians, 2.5 Indians versus a new unconventional left-handed hitter. Sounds promising. Eson saying Twins are off a sweep against Tampa. Their stomachs might be full and the Indians are starving. I can see it, Jimmy, but stay away game for me. Lean under. Jorge, don't play on the under 6.5 Ks. All right. I don't want to lose 1.3 units on this. So I'm going to take the -1 here. I'm going to take the -1. So on the -1.5, I'm getting plus 155 at 5 dimes. Indians, so -1.5 is plus 155 at 5 dimes. And the money line here. And, you know, we'll could very, very likely be back here tomorrow saying, Jimmy, that was a dumb play. Getting -129 at Heritage. All right, I'm back in the Indians. They have to step up here. Jim Rome Zadouche says, believe in Beef. Michael Irvin says, only first 5, Jimmy. I don't like the Indians bullpen. I don't like it either, but it's not that bad. Let's take a quick look at the bullpens. And I know we've got to move on, and we need to keep a brisk pace, and I'm not doing it. But let's take a quick. Cleveland bullpen's is the second best. I mean, they don't allow big hits. They don't get barreled up on. They have great numbers. They're the second-rate bullpen in the MLB right now. Vitalis says the catcher for the Twins today. You know, another thing is Garver and Cruz, first game back. Yeah, I get it. Russell Gordy says, how's the best bats be a dog? No, sir, Twins win. I get why you guys are on them, and there's a whole bunch of you. All right, I'm on the Indians -1. Okay, let's keep moving forward. Giants, Mets. A lot of people I respect are on the Giants, and I think that Syndergaard should have a turnaround spot here. And look at John Rono, Garver, Smeltzer, first game together. CT Bay saying Indians offense so weak. Top Set says home team at -1 and Twins scoring field goals every other inning. No. Hey, I get it. But if you want a 90-cent difference on the home teams or on the run line from the money line, you have to take home teams. And it's not been bad for me. That's not where I'm losing. It's not at all where I'm losing. If you go over my numbers, which I always do, and I take it means so much to me, and that's why it's so embarrassing, although I know that transparency and honesty is so crucial to the success of the show. But it's the team totals that are heavily juiced that have hurt me the most. Diesel Eugene says, Jimmy, I absolutely love it when you wear that hat. Much love to you, Diesel Eugene. Molly Cruel says, Jimmy, me and Flip Money are like in Minnesota versus Cleveland on the under 9. Yeah, that's a good look. That's a good look, Molly and Flip Money. Oh, man. DJ Big Boss in the house. Love you. Says at the doctor's office, my daughter. All love to you. And hope everything is all good with you and the fam. Russell Gordy saying, love Mets full game. So do I. So do I. Luchase Fox says, Giants are frauds. Take Thor for the win. Parlay Poppy says, Giants scored away in Baltimore games irrelevant based on pitching staff on Baltimore. San Francisco 4 runs or less in the last 15 Baltimore game. Ron Lofton backing Molly's spot on the full game under with the Indians. Let's take another look at that. Maybe that is a play I should jump on right now, except the Twins offense does scare me. And who knows what we're going to get from this kid. But let's take a quick look at what the market's telling you. Opened up at 8.5, now at 9, and juiced to the over. Oh, that deserves a Genius Award if that hits. Steve Priest says, going with my Oakland A's tonight, great situational spot. I'm with you. Oh, just some glasses. Okay, cool. CT Bays liking the over. Dom Ricci liking the under in the Dodgers game. Ulysses Hayes says, San Francisco won't be able to keep up with those Mets tonight. Edge on pitching and bats with the Mets. And Brandon Lugo says, minus 145 on Mets and that pen. No thanks. Elliot V on Mets to score first. Let's take a look at what the market has done with this game. This total is at 7. It's been at 7 all game. It was once heavily juiced to the over. It is no longer heavily juiced to the over. And see what this is here. And Syndergaard at minus 147. So a 4-cent move towards the Giants. Giants can't hit Thor. That's what Angel Romero says. Elliot V says only play on that game. Mets to score first. Yeah, because we've seen how bad the Giants are at home. And Big Boss is on the Giants' first 5. All right, I'm off it. And Vitalis saying, Garver's so good, doesn't even matter. Who you can give him the rookie on the mound. It doesn't matter. I get it. Dom Ricci liking the over in the Mets. Christopher Brown saying over Mets for sure. Parlay Poppy says only play would be Mets first 5 minus a half. Don't trust Syndergaard against the impotent bats on Giants. He has seen many a time another layoff game. Yeah, I'm just going to lay off. Sadly. Okay. Now Rays, Tigers. Blake Snell. Last time Blake Snell was such a big favorite, I almost made a move. It was against the Jays. I almost made a move on the minus 1.5. Russell Gordy told me not to, and he saved me $125. Ulysses Hayes says, oh, got to go. Much love to you, Joe and Nisi. Get that cash tonight. Ulysses Hayes saying, with them bats in San Francisco, the Mets bullpen will be okay. Trust me. Write this one down. With the bats in San Francisco, the Mets bullpen will be okay. I get it. David H. on Texas, Oakland, and also both David H. and Trenton on Minnesota. Interesting. I will copy and paste both Ulysses' comment and David H. And Luchase Fox saying Thor goes 9. Thor goes 9. All right, I get it, but I'm going to stay off of it. So back to this Rays spot. I hope that the Tigers brass is telling us that Carpenter is worth backing. But I can't see it. He's just playing so badly. He's just not to be trusted here. Let's see what the market has done with Carpenter and Detroit here. 2 lefties going at it. There's just been a giant move towards the Rays. The under 8.5 was juiced before, and it's no longer. The over is now juiced slightly at minus 115. Astute Chaos, first 5, Tampa Bay first 5 team total over 2.5. Ben Sports 24/7 says Snell going to be on point. Top set Rays first 5 under 4. The Rays don't hit lefties well. The Tigers don't hit anybody well. Rays beginning a 7-game road trip. The Rays dealing with injuries to Pham and Garcia. Let's see if they're in the lineup here quickly. Here we go. RotoWire. Tampa. Yandy Diaz. Garcia is in the lineup. Meadows. Arroyo. Adames. Zunino. Kiermaier. Heredia. Robertson. For the Tigers. Goodrum. Stewart. Castellanos. Cabrera. Dixon. Lugo. Rodriguez. Griner. I think the under is in play. I think this is a weaker lineup than we've seen from this Tampa Bay Rays squad. Bookie Lover Q says Tampa Bay 3 losses. Man, please give me the Rays. Parley Poppy says Detroit self-admitted having absolute issues in farm. Obvious starting rotation beside Boyd, basically. Carpenter desperation in for a reason laying off. Steve Price saying, Jimmy, why is the Atlanta Braves line going crazy? It's going crazy because Bell out of the lineup for the Pirates, so it's a very weak lineup. We saw about a 35-cent move in the morning show, and we're now at 50 to 60. Steve Priest on the Rays 7-2. My man Justin De Leon said, Jimmy, I saw you like that Toronto twerking video. I did. Thank you for sending it out. And Vitalis says, is skiing here? He will be here in 16 minutes. Okay, I've got to move faster. I guess I'll just stay off of Rays Tigers. But I'd lean towards the under. I'd lean towards this being a weak Rays lineup that can be held down slightly. And that's all you'd need. That's all you'd need from Carpenter. Let me just take a quick look at what Carpenter's done. Man, I know we're taking too long on these early games, but I just feel like there's some... God, the unders just are so appealing to me here. All right, quickly here. Let's find out exactly what's going on in this Tampa Bay-Detroit game. Here we go. I'm just going to take just one quick closer look on Carpenter, what he's done of late. At Baltimore, at the Mets, only goes 5, allows 2 earned runs and 1 earned run. He's starting to look a little bit better. He's just starting to look a little bit better. He allowed 4 hits at Baltimore. He allowed 2 hits at the Mets. 2 road games. Now he's at home against what I see is kind of a weak lineup. Okay, I'm taking it. I'm taking the full game under in Tampa Bay, Detroit. I'm getting under 8.5. It's at plus 100. Plus 100. It's the best line I'm getting, and I'm taking it. Under 8.5. Under 8.5 at plus 100. All right, I've added that to my action. I'm already on the Brewers team total over 4.5. I'm a little concerned that I'm not going to have enough time to hit some of these games I really want to break down. So I'm just going to kind of breeze past the ones that I already have a play on. I'm already on, and there's my guy Alex Ramirez. There's Ulysses Hayes saying Texas money line. Write that down also. And Russell Gordy says too many on Rays number, too high. Take a shot. Detroit first 5. I get it. Steve Priest saying Tampa too expensive tonight. Steve Priest also saying Marlins 1-9%. Ayushi said, Jimmy, what are your favorite plays tonight? I would probably prefer looking at this once they're all here. Russell Gordy saying Texas losing tonight. I would probably prefer Ayushi just to wait till we have them kind of all together. And we're going to be joined by Ski Profit in 14 minutes, so that will be within 14 minutes. I'm on the Brewers team total over 4.5. I got that at minus 138. Let's see what I would get that if I jumped on that right now. Here we go. If I wanted the Brewers... Oh, and I also bet it at minus 130. So I had gone down in the 25 or 30 minutes it took me to finish the show and make the bets. And now it's at minus 143. So that makes me feel okay. Lopez, just a Jekyll and Hyde pitcher from home and road. 1.84 ERA, 5 home starts. 8.26 ERA and 6 road starts. I figure he'll get that handled. But this is a spot I like. Top Set says I took it at 9 minus 135, Jimmy. I love it. And I guess that's the over in this spot. And I get that. And there's Dave L.A. Says in the middle of work, but these are my plays. Indians money line minus 135 or minus 1 at plus 100. He's on the Grand Salami under 142.5, and Giants money line plus 115. And Rays Tigers first 5 under 4.5 minus 105. That gives me a lot of hope. That gives me a lot of hope there that we can keep that game under. And let me just take a look. Was that? Because for some reason I was expecting that. You know what? No, I'm not going to. Just in case Carpenter gets touched. But maybe that's a better look than my 8.5. Whatever, I've got to stay focused and keep moving forward. Hako Schofield in the house. So, okay, I'm just on Brewers team total over. We'll go over the lineups with you very, very quickly, but we have to make moves here for this Brew Crew spot. Where is it? For the Brew Crew. Come on, there it is. Kane, Yelich, Braun, Moustakas, Grandal, Thames, Shaw, Arcia. For the Marlins, Granderson, Cooper, Anderson, Castro, Ramirez, Riddle, Alfaro, Rojas. I'm on the Brewers team total over. And that's it. Devon McDonald saying Blue Jays have a legit shot to win. They haven't been playing well. We got Andre Eric in the house. That Fire TV says, Rays might cross that over by themselves. Look, I really think that we're going to get a little bit more better from Carpenter. I really think that there'll be some positive regression from him. Okay, so I'm going to keep rolling along as fast as possible. Red Sox Royals. I thought this game was not going to be played because of the rain, and that was a mistake. Now just 19% chance of rain. Lineups for the Red Sox: Betts, Benintendi, Martinez, Devers, Bogarts, Holt, Chavez, Vasquez, Bradley Jr. For these Royals and Glenn Sparkman, who I do not believe in at all. Merrifield, Lopez, Mondesi, Gordon, Soler, Cuthbert, Gutierrez, Maldonado, Hamilton. That is one ugly Royals lineup. These are the dogs that Gordy's on. Russell Gordy's on Baltimore, Colorado, Pittsburgh, St. Louis, Twins, Phillies. He's on St. Louis, and I get it. I think I'll be jumping on him. Just going to quickly copy and paste Russell Gordy's action here. All right. So, Hako Schofield saying, with you on the over, but I'm just going to stick with the Bruins team total. I know that Chase Anderson has not looked good and not gone deep, but that's how I'm going to handle this. Okay. Red Sox. Let's take a quick look at what the market's done with the Boston Red Sox here. Full game, money lines and totals for this Red Sox squad. Opens up minus 165. Now at minus 190. That's a weak Royals lineup. And they hit lefties poorly. 228 with a 653 OPS. Rodriguez, 5-1, 3.93 ERA, 9 outings against, in his career against Kansas, bad numbers. So 5.96 ERA, 5 starts. He's looked quite a bit better lately. Looked quite a bit better. And I just don't trust Sparkman at all. I just don't trust Sparkman at all. And we've seen what this Royals lineup looks like without Dozier. So let me go to MLB RotoWire. Let's just see this again. They're just not nearly as good without Dozier in the lineup. And Thomas says Red Sox bullpen isn't great. Rodriguez is better at home. I think that line is inflated. Steve Priest saying KC 5-10 versus left-handed pitching. Hako Schofield on the Boston run line. Red Sox and Russell Gordy liking the Boston game over. I think that Rodriguez can shut down this terrible, terrible Royals lineup. That's much worse without Dozier. I really do. Let's see what I get on this Red Sox run line. Boston run line, I'm getting a minus 119. I'm getting a minus 119, and I'm going to take it. I'm going to take the Red Sox to get to the Royals. Minus 1.5 at minus 119. And Rodriguez has looked better of late. I expect him to continue doing so. He's 5-1 with a 3.93 ERA in his past 9 outings, and this is a very, very weak Royals squad. Okay, that's locked in. Now, Orioles, Rangers, Bundy, Smiley. Big market move towards the Baltimore Orioles here. Steve Priest saying looking something like 6-3. I like that. And 17 runs in the last 6 games against lefties, brought to us by our guy Parlay Poppy. I like this spot for each side. And that just makes me want to stay off it. A big market move towards the Orioles. Bundy has great numbers against the Rangers. I just feel like when Drew Smiley's on the mound, and at least they're starting him this time. They didn't start him last time. He just looks so easy to touch. And Jin Rummy saying numbers only favor Rockies and Pirates tonight as dogs. Rest is trash. Interesting. And thank you for sharing that with us, Jin Rummy. Topset says my guy's on Red Sox first 5 for his paycheck today. That makes sense to me. I think Sparkman's going to get touched. And Artez Jackson thinks they're going to start hitting at some point. I just don't think... Dozier's so important to that lineup. Okay, Jorge Don't Play says stay away game, and that's what I'm going to do. Hako Schofield said it's Bundy Day over. Bundy's got great numbers against the Rangers. And also remember, this is a Rangers team that now is taking Gallo out of the lineup and DeShields Jr. into the lineup. Dom Ricci locked in Nats under 8.5. Dodgers under 9.5 so far. Great looks. That's a copy and paster. Want to know what Dom is on. Here we go. Copy and paste. Okay, I'm just going to copy and paste this quickly here, and then let's take a quick look at the lineups we're dealing with. Because taking Gallo out of this lineup and adding DeShields, sure, it helps defensively. Chu, DeShields, Andrews, Mazzara, Pence, Cabrera, Odor, Guzman, Kiner Falefa. For Baltimore, Alberto, Mancini, Nunez too. What's he got, like 8 homers his last 15 games? He's hitting the ball hard. So is Mancini. That 2-3 is a nice spot, and Dwight Smith is hitting in the 4. Then Severino, VR, Davis, Broxton, Martin. I'm off comfortably. Dave LA says, I love O's first 5 team total over. That is an interesting look, Dave. Let's see what we get on the first 5 team total over for Baltimore. Because you have to think Smiley gets touched. He just has not looked very good. But I do think he's going to look better starting. I think that was a mistake having an opener for him. He needs to get in some kind of a rhythm. And he feels like it's not far away. Maybe he's just saying that. Over 2.5. Oh, sorry. Over 2.5 and minus 101. Oh, that could be a great look. Could be a great look. Wow. That's an interesting look. Russell Gordy says, I hate Baltimore. Trust me, but this is an easy spot. Steve Priest saying Bundy 2.64 ERA in the last 5. What if we just take Bundy out of the equation like Dave LA's doing and just hop on the team total over? You know, I think that makes sense to me. And I've got to move on here. Arthur Mead Jr. says, posted all my baseball picks on Twitter. Thank you, Arthur Mead. Much love to you. I think that first 5 team total over makes sense. Orioles hitting 249, 712 OPS for lefties. You're getting it at minus 101. Is there going to be offense in this game? It's in Texas. MLB says Baltimore and Miami are only worth it when big plus money line. How Richards catch me that plus 170. I get it. I think this makes sense for the Orioles. I really think, and Don Ricci giving us a heads up that the wins picked up at Citi Field. I think this just makes sense for the Orioles. I really do. And Big Rugu says that makes more sense team total over. That makes more sense team total over. All right, I think that Smiley can get touched early, and we don't know what Bundy's going to do on the road here in Texas. Although I kind of want to back Orioles first 5. Both teams have bad bullpens. Probably said Baltimore is hitting more consistently, would be attacking them, laying off field. It's a coin flip regardless. Smiley versus O's. And what's Dave LA play? Dave LA has a couple of plays. One is he's loving this Orioles first 5 team total over, but he's also big on the Cleveland Indians tonight. Oh, man. Okay. I don't want to just sit here and hum and haw, but I think that makes sense. Orioles first 5 team total over. But I guess I like Bundy more than Smiley, and Bundy's looked good lately. So why not? Let's see what I'd get. If I get a first 5 plus line on the Orioles, maybe I should just take that. Let me just quickly see what I'm getting here on the first 5 on the Baltimore Orioles, which actually has been a play that's been pretty good to me this year, shockingly. But Baltimore here, first 5, I'm getting plus 126, and I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. I think you're right with that team total over, but I think there's an advantage with Bundy over Smiley. So I'm going to take the plus line. Okay, I'm on Orioles first 5. Plus 126. Okay, let's keep rolling. Rockies, Cubs, Hoffman, Hendricks. CT Bases, I know the Rockies are on the road, but plus 205 with a team that's 9-1 last 10. Sounds nice. I get it. We're going to be joined by Ski Profit in 4 minutes. We have Rockies, Cubs, Reds, Cardinals, and I'd like to make a play on the Cardinals. Dodgers, Diamondbacks. I'm already on the A's. I'm already on the Padres -1, and I need to cap this Astros game. So that stuff. Our guy Melvin Batanz is in the house. He says, can you recap the Taint play and Lamont's max play? I can. The Taint play is UCLA baseball. I don't even know when that goes off. And our guy, sorry, I've got this copied and pasted somewhere. Where's Lamont Williams copied and pasted? I don't have time. I'm a little panicky. Man, I guess I thought I copied and pasted it. I don't. All I see is Queef play today in big letters from Dark Kent. How did I mess that up? Can anybody tell us what Lamont Williams' max play was? How did I not? Oh, that's my fault. I thought I did, but I must have got caught up with something. Okay, so I want to back the Cardinals here. I think that Castillo is starting to regress. The Cardinals are on a big winning streak. Let's quickly take a look at the lineups here for St. Louis, Cincinnati. Carpenter, DeYoung, Goldschmidt, Ozuna, Wieters, Fowler, Wong, Bader. For the Reds, we know they're going to pack it with right-handed bats, which means Dietrich's out of the lineup. Senzel, Voto, Suarez, Puig, Iglesias, Casali, Farmer, Peraza. I just feel like this is a spot, but I don't want to go up against both Ant L and Drew. And Parley Poppy says UCLA is at 8:30 Eastern. And Lamont's on the under 9 Cleveland. Thank you so much, Brian Watson and EJV. Thank you. And look, Russell Gordy loving first 5, Baltimore first 5. I like it. Okay, thank you, JC Alvarez. Sorry, I didn't have it copied and pasted. Flip says, yo, Jimmy, where'd you get O's first 5 at plus 126? Here we go. First 5 money lines for... Oh, Jesus. Sorry, you're right. I was at full game. Oh, thank you for telling me that. Oh, that's all my fault. Wow, that was all my fault. Thank you so much for telling me that. Oh, moving a little too fast here. My fault. First 5, I was on full game. First 5 O's money line is plus 105 at bookmaker. My fault. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I probably would have figured out that when I was making the bet and switched it. But thank you so much. Let's go back and switch that right now. I still am going to take the plus 105. Oh, thank you so much, man. That would have been a grave error, a grievous error. Okay, so I need to focus on these games right now. And I've decided not, even though I want to take the Cardinals, I'm not going to go up against both Drew and Antel. That's simple. I'm just not going to do that. And then we have Dodgers, Diamondbacks. Big Boss is on the first 5 under. I just need to get to this. You guys know I'm on the A's plus 100, and I'm on the Padres minus 1 line. I'm going to jump on the Astros, and let's talk about this game a little bit. And let's talk about what we expect from Andrew Moore. I expect Andrew Moore is not going to be in for very long, but I think he's better than his minor league numbers show. We talked about how he looked in his last 2 starts. Now it's Double-A. Obviously, it's much easier with the Arkansas Travelers, but he didn't walk anybody. 4 earned runs in 11 innings with 14 Ks. He pitched much better. This was a highly thought of draftee, right? Second round out of Oregon State in 2015. That said and done, how do we stay off the Astros? How do we stay off the Astros? I just don't think we do it. Russell Gordy saying Hendricks at minus 205 is a joke. Hucko Schofield says I'm on the Reds. I like it. And in text 2016 says, did you go to Topless Beach yesterday and see leche containers? I haven't. I haven't been to the beach in 2019 just because I've been dealing with these lung problems all year. And wow, David H. says McCutcheon out for the year. Wow. Isan Solfagari says, someone out for the Rockies. Hucko Schofield says, Astros low-hanging fruit. I'll give you the Rockies lineup, but I got it. I'm just taking too long here, and I'm about to start panicking. For the Cubbies, Schwarber, Bryant, Rizzo, Baez, Gonzalez, Caratini, Hayward, Russell. For the Rockies, Tapia, Story, Dahl, Arenado, Murphy, McMahon, Desmond, Walters. Those of you who are on the Cubs, you're getting value here. You're getting value. And Isan Solfagari saying the under 10 in the Astros game is favorite play. And Parlay Poppy says, for Seattle, Encarnacion and Santana hit Miley hard. We knew Miley couldn't contain his epic run. Think Seattle gets him leaning. Team total first 5. Wow. Well, then, all I want to do is take... I think they get to Moore. I think Moore is the problem. But there's no reason to double up. Let me just look at those numbers here in front of me. And I'm sorry, and I'm already a minute late for Ski, and I don't want to keep Ski waiting. Let's quickly go to these numbers here for the Astros against Miley. Encarnacion hitting him hard. Haniger hitting him hard. Santana hitting him hard. Maybe this is when we pump the brakes. Do we pump the brakes on the Astros now? As a huge road favorite, they paid me off. You know what? Thank you, Parlay Poppy. And even if the Astros take care of business again, thank you. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense to take this huge road dog when these guys eat with Miley and they're dealing with all these injuries. And I was fortunate to cash with them yesterday, and I'm not going to go back to the well. Interesting. Thank you for helping. Thank you for helping. Okay, I'm going to erase these. Wow. Ron Crawford in the house. Shout out to our guy, Ron Crawford. Okay, so let's go over my MLB one more time. And I just erased all those Astros play. Interesting. Thank you for that. Okay, I'm on the Braves, Pirates, first 5, under 5 at plus 102. I'm on the Yankees, first 5, minus a half, minus 135. Full game, minus 1.5, minus 110. I'm on the Indians on the minus 1 line. It's met with a lot of derision. Money lines, minus 129, minus 1.5, plus 155. And Joe Rich Ramirez says, nope, I'm off Stros today. Thank you, Parlay Poppy, regardless of the outcome. Jerry Beatis says, Astros are banged up bad. And I'm telling you about those stats from Moore that he's better than those minor league numbers show. Okay, then I'm on the Rays, Tigers, under 8.5 at plus 100. I'm on the Brewers, team total over 4.5 at minus 138. Russell Gordy saying, Seattle bats are sleepless. I get it. I think that's a nice spot. Maybe I will jump on that, Russell Gordy. Thank you for the heads up. I'm on the Red Sox -1.5, -119. I'm on the Orioles first 5 at +105. Thank you guys for shouting me out that I was on the wrong play there when I said +126. Thank you. And then I did not take the Cardinals, although I like them here. Viper MB says, did you do the Rangers game? I did. I'm on the Orioles first 5. Dodgers, Diamondbacks. Part of that is that I actually think that Smiley can pitch better, especially knowing that he's starting. Hako Schofield says, I'm still on Astros. I get it. They keep cashing and keep cashing and keep cashing. Dodgers, Diamondbacks, big bosses on the first 5 under. I hit with that yesterday. I'm not going right back to the well. I'm on the Athletics +100. I'm on the Padres on the -1. That's +142 and -142 and +145. And then I'm off Astros Mariners. All right, let's bring in our NBA expert. I love these Tuesdays with our next guest, and we have so much to talk about, Ski. So much to talk about. Thank you for joining us. Representing Los Angeles, California, we got Ski Profit joining Betting with the Bag on this Tuesday afternoon. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Jimmy, and it's great to be back with you, breaking down the game. Tied up 1-1 here in the series, and just had a question for you, Jimmy. I didn't really watch the video for DeRozan, but I saw something pop up on my phone, and he's saying he was the sacrificial lamb. What do you think about those comments from DeRozan?
Well, I didn't like him. And I think if you feel that way, like, I'm somebody who just shuts up publicly. I shut up, you know? And if I'm feeling a certain way, and this is obviously an emotional time for him, I just shut up. And I respect people who do that. I respect people who just don't have to air every single thing out and don't say everything that's in their head and everything they're feeling. I wish he had been quiet, and I was upset. It upset me reading it. There's no other way to put it than we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for DeMar DeRozan. That's the truth, sure. We would not have got Kawhi Leonard. We're in the NBA Finals because of DeMar DeRozan, but I don't want to hear you saying that. And I'd prefer if he would be a class act and be a man and just cheer on his best friend Kyle Lowry.
I agree with you there, Jimmy. Stop crying, DeRozan. I definitely didn't like seeing those comments. And I think I saw him post like another post on Instagram like a week ago in the last series. So just stop crying, man. Shut up and play the game when you get back next year.
Yeah, it did bother me. There's no doubt about it. And one more play, and I'm curious to hear what you're on in baseball too, because I've seen you be capping it quite well. Steve Priest is on A's Angels under, and I was thinking about that play too today. But we got to talk to NBA. But are you on anything in baseball that you want to give us a heads up on?
I didn't take any baseball. I took a play on the WNBA game. If you want to talk about that before or after.
Why don't we just touch on it very quick? Feelings are public. Trotwam says, I don't like it, but I hear you. Yes, we have Trenton Claxton and David H. both on Minnesota. I don't want to spend too much time on this, and I feel bad that I've not been capping WNBA yet and just kind of hanging on to what you guys say. But we have two of our best guys on the Minnesota Lynx, and the market's moving against them. What do you think about that?
The spread is kind of tricky for me. It's gotten to be enough games to where I can look at it in a way kind of how I look at NBA. And as far as offensive rating, defensive rating, rebound percentage, Minnesota wins all three. They're 3-0 to start the year. Seattle plays better at home. They played 4 games this year. They played 3 on the road. The spread is tricky for me because, like I said, as far as those more recent stats, offensive rating, defensive rating, rebound percentage, everything favors Lynx. As far as history, I mean, Seattle's owned the Lynx. Minnesota's 2-8 last 10 times against them. I'm going to go to the total. Seattle is missing Sue Bird. They're missing Breonna Stewart. Other side, they're missing Maya Moore, Simone Augustus, Rebecca Brunson. It's the number 1 defense in the WNBA, the number 3 defense in the WNBA in the Storm. It's went under 6 of the last 7 games for the Storm, under 11 of the last 16 home games for the Storm. On the other side, it's went under 4 of the last 5 games for Minnesota, under 13 of the last 14 road games, under 20 of the last 7 games in general. Looking at what these teams are allowing and averaging, Seattle is the worst 3-point shooting team in the league as it stands right now. They're averaging 23.7% from three. Um, and the Lynx, as I said, the number one defense, they're only allowing 20.4% from three. So I'm not seeing a lot of points there, even though the Storm shoot better at home. Um, I'm just seeing a defensive battle here. It's a low number, but I don't see it reaching it. It's went under four the last 5 times these teams have played. I'm on the under. It dropped from 150 to 149. I'm on under 149.
Under 149, that's exactly what Vitalis wanted to hear. He's on the under 150. Von Polo knowing the Belmont post positions. I'm so excited about that, but we need to get into the NBA Finals. King Rail saying Minnesota 7-3, last 10 versus Seattle. So the under being backed. And Russell Gordy talking about this A's-Angels game, Ski. And I've wanted to make a move on the total all day, and he's on the first half under. And I think I'm just going to take that too. But I want to talk NBA. So why don't we just remind me? Someone remind me of this.
Really quick.
Yeah.
Really quick. It's hard to find WNBA info, and I don't have that. I have 2-4 against the spread, last 6 games versus Seattle. So maybe we can compare where we get information from. But I mean, that's what I have. That's four losses right there already. So I don't know.
Interesting. Yeah, it is. We do need to probably have at some point talk about where the spots are to get the best WNBA insight. And one thing that King does is follows them all on Twitter, which is probably a very, very smart thing to do. All right, I'm going to take a look at this first 5 total, but let's get into the NBA. I am beating myself up for not following through with the plan yesterday and taking the Raptors at +6. That's long gone. So no Kevon Looney. I'm very curious to hear your thoughts on Bogut and if he is a sound backup for Boogie, because Boogie looks out of shape and we're going to run him into the ground. I heard a take today from Zach Jones saying they should rest Clay. They should rest KD. Now we know KD's out. They should rest them and give this game to the Raptors. Show the Raptors that just play with them, because they know as soon as these guys are fresh in the lineup, the Warriors are going to win easily. So why not just make sure they're healthy? I'm curious to hear what you think about if Bogut is suitable to play 20 minutes in this game tomorrow night, and if you agree with this line movement from 6 to 5 to the Raptors, and if you think it moves to 4.5 tomorrow.
I agree with what you said at first about Clay shouldn't play at all. I mean, I agree with what you said that they should just gift the game to the Raptors. I mean, I know you don't want to say it that way from a competitive perspective, but that pulled hamstring, you want him to rest. You don't want him making it any worse. And let's say you guys lose the game and then he's made it worse. I would just sit him out and just reapproach it game 4 and have Clay, maybe KD as well. And yeah, I mean, if you like the Raptors, you should have got on it right away. I mean, if you're watching that game, seeing Klay Thompson walk around, it don't really look like. I mean, I know he says he's going to play and stuff, but it wasn't looking too good. And you have now Klay Thompson gone. You said Kevon Looney. He was their best big to switch on the perimeter. So now they're just going to pick on Cousins, maybe pick on Bogut. But as far as if Bogut is a good enough replacement, I mean, he's a champion. He's been a great defender. I mean, you see Marc Gasol out there making plays. You can expect Bogut to do the same thing on defense. It's just when they go to pick on the centers, Looney was probably the best defender. So I don't like that as well. So, I mean, everything from eye test and what I was watching tells me that Toronto should they should cover that next game. But it's a couple stats that I have here too that back Golden State. So just from the initial thought, I think that number, you should have hopped on it right away if you like Toronto. Now at 5, let's say I just think I should wait now on the number.
See, Tomor says here, I think the line will be back at 5.5, if not 6 tomorrow when Clay is confirmed in. I don't think so. I mean, he's hurting. I don't think so.
Another question. If he's in, is he even going to be is he going to be good? Like, is it still going to be Clay, or is it just going to be a body out there?
I think that Clay will be fine. I find sometimes now the problem is it's a hamstring, and that can make you a little bit tentative. But Lowry was not playing good in the playoffs till he hurt his thumb. Sometimes you need that focus that an injury gives you. It just makes you solely focused on the task at hand. And we've seen exceptional things done when you're hurt. Whether or not that will continue, I don't know. So let me tell you this. So, Ski, I think you're bang on about the 5 and the 6. I think it's a huge difference. And at 5, I would rather take the money line. I think I'd rather take the money line than at 5. But I just think, let's see. OG Wham says, Jimmy, how do you feel about Kyle Lowry prop double-double? Yes, at plus 400 at Bovada. Charles Wham, I don't like it. I don't like it because Van Fleet is defending Curry so well that I just think that all the Van Fleet props need to be hammered, not the Kyle Lowry ones. That he's actually becoming a little less important to our team right now. So I don't like anything to do with Kyle Lowry because Van Fleet's important. So as important as just skyrocketing. So I agree with that. So, okay. If Clay is announced into the lineup, what do you think that does to this spread?
It goes back up to, it's at 5 now. It goes back up to 6 or 5.5. The crazy thing to me right now, I mean, Warriors are kind of getting 38% of the bets. And I mean, I've said it before, when the Warriors are not getting majority of the spread, that's when you want to bet on them. I know they're pretty down with the injuries and everything, but I mean, I have some numbers here that back the Warriors. And 18 playoff games receiving less than 50% of the bets. They're 18-0 straight up, 15-3 against the spread. And granted, they weren't as injured as they are right now. But I mean, it's just been a fact that you want to back them in that scenario. And then another scenario that favors the Warriors, they had 30-plus assists the last game. And in the playoffs, after a 30-assist game, they're 24-3 straight up, 18-9 against the spread. On the first half, they're 17-10 against the spread. And this is the thing, when they have less than 30 assists in the previous game, they're 32, 41, and 1. That's 43% on the first half. So when the team is passing the ball and sharing the ball, it kind of lingers over from the game before and it continues. And that's when we see the team have success. So the fact that the team is sharing the ball, racking up those assists, and they're not getting majority of the money kind of makes me not want to take the Raptors right now at that lower number. And when Clay doesn't play, the last 4 games, Warriors are 0-4 against the spread, and the under is hit all 4 times.
Yeah, I mean, that would have to be the play. Even though he's so important defensively, if there's no Clay and there's no KD, I mean, we're asking a lot from some of these Warrior role players to step up offensively. I mean, we saw Quentin step up last game, but if he's a focus defensively, I mean, part of the reason why, Iguodala hit that shot was he was wide open because we weren't up on him. And if there's no Clay, it's only Steph we need to worry about. Quentin Cook, these guys are going to be guarded very closely. So what is
And Jimmy, if you like the Raptors, you expect them to play defense. You expect them to shut Golden State down, kind of more so how we saw in the first game. And if we have a hurt Clay or a hobble Clay or whatever the case may be, when you're just focusing on Steph and they don't have the other shooters, it's much easier for the Raptors defense to do that. And at the same time, I mean, Raptors offense hasn't been as great on the road. So I just think we see less points in this game. And Golden State also, they play towards the under at home, 29-20 to the under at home. Everything, either way I look at it, I just kind of see less points. And one last stat, without KD, with Steph, under is 26-14. So that's another trend towards the under.
So what is your advice on handling this game? Is it, if you find an advantage, take it now? Because the advantage is probably gone. If you and Tom Marino are right, I expect Clay to be announced in, but I wouldn't play him. If the fact that I wouldn't play him, should I make a bet that he's not going to be in the lineup and that this will go down to 2? I mean, what is your advice on a gambler? Should you wait to find out about Clay so that you're not burnt by making a decision that revolves around whether he's in the lineup or out of the lineup?
I think, all right, so I said if he plays then the line will go from 5.5 to 6. It's at 5 right now. I mean, what I said was if you like the Raptors, the earlier the better. You should have already gotten on it, but if you didn't get on it by now, I mean, you probably should just go ahead still right now. I don't really. I have a hard time wanting to back the Raptors. I hear all the arguments, but just not knowing for sure if Clay's going to play or not. If Clay doesn't play, yeah, I like the Raptors and I like the under. If Clay does play, I'm going to pay more attention to how many people are betting on the Raptors, what the money percentage is looking like for Golden State. I'm going to take note that Golden State is sharing the ball and playing well, and I'm expecting the trends to hold true. I mean, if Clay is in, I most likely will be on the Warriors in some kind of way. They're 8-3 against the spread last 11 first quarters. First half, I set a trend after 30 assists in the previous game. They're 17-10 against the spread. That's 63%. So if Clay is playing, I will try to find some way to back the Warriors. If he's not playing, I'm going to try to back the under. And I mean, I would like the Raptors.
Okay, I know we've got to go, but why in the world would you play Klay Thompson in this game? It makes no sense to me whatsoever. Even if he's 94% or 95%, you need him in this series. You split in Toronto. I mean, I'm not paid to make those decisions. You know, I did not earn the opportunity to make those extremely important decisions about a basketball team. But to me, why would you play him? I wouldn't play him, not at all. Even if he said, look, coach, I'm 100%, I'd say, okay, let's get you in for game 4. Doesn't that make the most sense? Isn't it taking this 5 now? I should just take this 5 now? But Farshad Asami says Clay will play. What do you think?
My first initial thought when I'm watching that game, I said it out loud. I said, the Raptors might probably win the next game. I mean, the Warriors hurt like that. They'll probably just win. And I hear you, Jimmy. You'll be pissed at yourself if you see Clay's not playing and then it goes all the way down and you missed it. How important is a half a point or 1 point? I mean, do you think it's going to land on 5? I mean, you'll push if it does. So I would say just grab the 5 if you like the Raptors. I mean, you can't do anything, but you already missed the number. And you don't want to just wait to see if they play Clay, because if they don't, then you're missing out on your edge. So I see that there, Jimmy. I would, my advice to you would be take the Raptors, because I know you have a lot of confidence. And my only thing was to start the series, I said when KD comes back, that's when I think they'll lose. And I still have that in the back of my mind. And I don't like to be on the same play as everybody. Like if everybody's on the Raptors, I don't like to be on the Raptors. So that's what's holding me back.
I get it. And I just, listen, the Golden State Warriors, fully healthy, they could sweep the Raptors. The Raptors are a really good basketball team. And now this Warriors team is disheveled. If there was ever an opportunity to beat them, it's right now, right here. Farshad Sami said, I heard on ESPN radio that Clay said he will play. Yeah, I heard Clay said he will play, but Clay is not the one who's going to end up making this decision. Tom Marino said Clay's in the contract here. He got left off the All-NBA team. I don't see him sitting out here unless the team forces him to. D. Nice says, I can see Clay.
You, Jimmy.
Say what, buddy?
Is it more pressure on the Raptors here in this game, or would it be more pressure on them in the next game?
Oh, the pressure is, well, I mean, we have to win one game in Oakland. We have to.
It's not this one necessarily, though. It's not.
It's not. You're right.
So, I mean, I just think you should take a little bit more time on this one rather than jump right now.
Yeah, and I guess that's probably what I'll end up doing. Man, this is just, I mean, I find this stuff so interesting. So interesting. So we get to see what Ski thinks at this point. Hopefully he'll be in the chat tomorrow when we make moves. We're going to have Jay Money is Money joining us tomorrow. King Rail, King's Court will be right after that. So you get the views of all these spectacular NBA handicappers, and it really, really, really helps. Thank you so much, Ski. Where can we find you on Twitter? What else you got going on this week?
Yeah, find me on Twitter at Ski Profit. I know I was kind of busy today. If you hit me up today, I didn't get back to you, but I'll get back to you. And I'm honestly probably gonna start up my little YouTube thing, and I might hop on there and start betting some games live. So find me on Twitter at Ski Profit, and if I have anything else, I'll put it there.
I love it. I love it. At Ski Profit on Twitter. Thank you to our guest, Ski Profit. Okay, I'm going to make that move on MLB. Those of you who got that number with Angels A's at 9, great work. It's just not available right now, and it's going to cost quite a bit of money to buy up. So when I look at an 8.5, and then I look at the first 5 total here with the Angels at a 4.5, I do find the 4.5 just a little slightly more appealing. Even though these bullpens are so good, I do find it slightly more appealing. I think Montes and Canning can have nice starts here. So there's a 4.5 at -105, and I will take that at Bookmaker. Under 4.5 at -105. And while I'm writing that in, let's bring out our next guest. Been a little tentative around the office lately, but Andy's been on quite a losing streak, and I expect him to turn it around because he does that. Please introduce our guy, Freddie Fortune. Welcome.
Hey, Jimmy the Bag.
Nice to see you.
It's nice to see you too.
What's going on, man? You got you're gonna break this lose? Yeah, pan the camera out. Yeah, good idea. We want to see you. We want to get a good look at you.
Really?
Yeah. Are you gonna turn this around? You think?
No, don't worry. I'll move for you.
Okay. No, I meant turn this around. This little losing streak.
Oh well, I hope. I mean, I don't feel that good lately.
I know.
You know, Larry's attitude has been not optimal
No, it has not
for
been
our
optimal.
work environment.
No, that's a good point. Not optimum.
These lights are brighter now.
Yes, they are a little brighter. Yeah.
Okay. You know, I'm not 100% happy with my job right now.
Mm-hmm.
I feel threatened
Yeah.
with all this Miami thing.
Yeah.
I'm taking self-defense classes.
Oh, really?
Yes,
When did you start that?
yesterday.
Oh, wow.
I'm the youngest one, so I learn a lot from the other 7 middle-aged women that are in class with me. Yeah, but my teacher is very strong, brave. She's taught me a lot of stuff, so I mean, I'm getting better. So
Wow, female instructor and 7 middle-aged women. That's an interesting class.
I'm not sure if that's the correct class for me.
Mm-hmm. But if it's helping you build confidence.
Yeah, I mean, they're all cappers, so
Oh, really?
yeah, they give me like confidence because I'm not on the best form right now. I've
No,
been
you're
losing
not.
a lot.
No.
My mom is all disappointed with me
Mm-hmm.
because you know she's a great women handball capper.
She is, and she's been very upset.
She gave me a warning, a written warning,
A written warning.
signed by my dad, my grandpa, and my grandma,
What was it
and my
about?
brother and my wife.
What was it about?
If I lose 3 more plays, she's kicking me out of the basement.
Oh no.
So that's why I brought you a winner today.
Okay.
I wish someone could zoom into my face to see my intensity right now. I'm
Okay.
sure. There he goes. Yes, thank you.
Okay, let's zoom into his face here.
I'm a little shy, so
Sure.
oh my God,
Oh, that's nice.
please. My beard is not trimmed well.
No. What about your
Okay.
ass beard? Is that trimmed?
Well, I mean, have you gone to the bathroom?
Why don't we stay
And-
focused here? Okay.
I got
so
Women French Open.
Women's French Open.
Yeah,
and
quarterfinals.
if you lose 3 straight, you're out of the basement.
Yes,
And your wife, or does your wife get to stay?
I think she gets to stay.
Okay. This is extremely important. Okay.
Madison Keys over Ashley Barty at +150 at Bet365.
At plus 150.
Yes, I still love underdogs.
Wow. Madison Keys at plus 150
Mhm.
to stay living.
With my parents
Yeah. All right. Well, when's your next self-defense class?
tonight.
Oh, wow.
It's every day, man.
Every day. Wow. Please say hello to the...
25 minutes a class. You know, it's hard.
That's not a lot of time to study
It's not
Some
about
depends.
the quantity, it's about the quality.
I guess so. So just really quick lessons.
Yes, quick and intense.
Wow. Well, say hello to those middle-aged women for us. That is Madison.
Do you want to
Keys.
go to class with me?
No.
I mean,
not with them.
I've seen the guys in the chat. They're tough.
Yeah. No. I sharpen chopsticks and slit tendons, leg tendons, and I fight dirty. So no, I'm fine. But thank you so much for joining us, Freddie. Good luck with your Madison Keys. Let's keep you in your home because don't want you kicked out of the house. That's Freddie Fortune right there, and some people are believing. Some people are believing in you.
Really?
Yeah,
People
there's
believe in me?
Yeah, yeah. The Akko
Not even
Schofield
my-
says I'm betting everything on Freddie's pick.
Oh man. Try not to bet everything on me.
Yeah,
Bankroll management. Remember my friend Pete?
yeah,
He used to talk about it.
yeah. He did. Yeah, he did used to talk about it. I miss that man.
Yeah, me too. I don't think he misses me, but
I'm,
That's okay.
I'm certain he does not. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Freddie's on Madison Keys. That's our action. I like it. And I did just add the first 5 under 4.5 in A's Angels. I've got a ton of unders, so I hope it's a low scoring. It's nice to know that Dave Elliott's on the salami under. And
salami.
yeah. Okay, let's stay focused here. Much love to you guys. Sorry we went long today. A lot to cover, but most importantly,
I don't like when you
Do you
talk
like it?
about the
Leche?
bookmakers
Oh, yeah?
thing. Yeah, no, don't
Oh.
please don't do it.
Leche and those bookmakers!